Jennifer Aniston's public image has long been wrapped in familiarity, warmth, and effortless charm. Yet the deeper story beneath that image is far more complex and quietly human. Known globally for her role as Rachel Green in Friends, she became one of the most recognizable faces of modern television. But fame did not arrive as a simple reward. It came layered over years of uncertainty, emotional strain, and personal searching. What the world often saw as an easy rise was, in reality, shaped by persistence through instability and repeated reinvention. Her life reflects not only the story of an actress who achieved global success, but of a woman navigating visibility, expectation, and self-definition in an industry that rarely allows privacy. Behind the smiles and red carpets lies a long journey of learning how to remain intact while being constantly observed, interpreted, and judged. This is a story not just about stardom, but about endurance, identity, and the quiet strength required to remain oneself when the world insists on defining you differently at every turn. Early life fractured by change and expectation, Jennifer Aniston was born into a household already touched by the entertainment world, with parents connected to acting and performance. Yet fame within a family does not guarantee emotional stability, and her early years were marked by tension and shifting foundations. Her childhood included periods of relocation and emotional distance, particularly after her parents' marriage broke apart when she was still young. The absence of consistency created a sense of uncertainty that would quietly follow her into adulthood. Alongside this, her relationship with her mother was often described as complicated, shaped by criticism and high expectations that made self-image difficult to stabilize. Even as a child, she became aware of appearance, behavior, and approval in ways that left lasting impressions. These experiences did not define her outwardly at the time, but they shaped an internal resilience. She learned early how to adapt, how to observe, and how to protect parts of herself from emotional exposure. Long before fame, there was already the beginning of someone learning how to survive emotionally complex environments. Formative years and the search for identity. As she grew older, Jennifer Aniston gravitated toward creative expression, finding in performance a space where emotion could be transformed into something structured and meaningful. Attending schools focused on the arts allowed her to explore acting not as fame, but as communication and release. Yet even in these environments, success did not come easily or immediately. Like many aspiring actors in New York, she moved through a cycle of auditions, rejection, and temporary jobs that kept her afloat but rarely affirmed her direction. Waitressing, small commercial roles, and brief television appearances became part of her routine life. These years were not glamorous, but they were formative in building persistence. There were moments of doubt, times when the uncertainty of the industry made her question whether the pursuit was sustainable. Still, she continued forward, driven less by certainty and more by an internal refusal to abandon the possibility of creative fulfillment. This period quietly shaped her emotional endurance, teaching her how to exist between hope and instability without fully surrendering to either. Before fame and the weight of uncertainty. Before recognition arrived, Jennifer Aniston experienced the slow and often discouraging reality of building an acting career from the ground up. Roles were inconsistent, and opportunities often felt temporary rather than transformative. Small appearances in films and television projects provided exposure but not stability. Like many actors navigating Hollywood's early stages, she faced repeated rejection that tested her confidence and emotional resilience. The unpredictability of work created a life where planning ahead was nearly impossible, and financial pressure often accompanied creative ambition. Despite this, she continued to refine her craft, gradually developing the timing, emotional nuance, and presence that would later define her success. These years were not defined by breakthrough moments but by accumulation of experience, patience, and quiet persistence. Each audition, whether successful or not, became part of a longer process of shaping identity within an industry that rarely offers reassurance. Unknown to her at the time, these struggles were forming the foundation for the role that would eventually change everything. The transformation through Friends. The arrival of Friends marked a turning point that redefined Jennifer Aniston's entire trajectory. What began as a television ensemble comedy quickly evolved into a cultural phenomenon that reached audiences across the world. Her portrayal of Rachel Green resonated deeply, blending humor, vulnerability, and relatability in a way that felt immediate and enduring. The character became iconic, influencing fashion, language, and television storytelling for years. Yet the success also introduced an intense level of visibility that was unprecedented. Suddenly, her face, hairstyle, and personal life became subjects of global attention. The boundary between actress and character began to blur in the public imagination, creating both opportunity and pressure. While the show brought financial success and critical recognition, it also placed her under constant observation. Every change in appearance or personal decision became widely discussed. What had started as a career breakthrough transformed into a defining identity that would take years to fully step beyond. Fame, visibility, and the cost of recognition. As Jennifer Aniston's fame grew, so did the intensity of public scrutiny. The global success of Friends meant she was no longer just an actress but a cultural reference point. Her personal life became a subject of constant attention, analyzed through headlines, interviews, and speculation. The entertainment industry's fascination with her extended beyond her work, often focusing on appearance, relationships, and personal choices. This level of visibility created a dual reality: professional achievement on one side and emotional exposure on the other. Even ordinary aspects of life were magnified under public observation, leaving little space for privacy. While she continued to work successfully in film and television, the pressure of being constantly seen added an emotional layer that few could fully understand. Over time, she developed ways to manage this attention, relying on close friendships, routine, and a growing awareness of boundaries. Fame brought opportunity, but it also demanded a form of resilience that extended far beyond performance. Love, marriage, and public perception. Jennifer Aniston's relationship with Brad Pitt became one of the most publicized romances in modern entertainment history. Their connection was widely celebrated, often portrayed as a symbol of Hollywood idealism. Their marriage in 2000 was viewed as the culmination of two major cultural figures coming together, reinforcing the image of a modern fairy tale. However, life within such visibility carries unique pressures. While their relationship was real and meaningful, it existed under constant media interpretation. Every appearance, absence, or rumor was magnified far beyond its private reality. Over time, distance and shifting personal paths created emotional separation that could not easily be reversed. The eventual breakdown of the marriage became a global media event, transforming private pain into public discourse. For Aniston, this period marked a significant emotional turning point, as she faced not only personal loss but also external narratives that often misunderstood or oversimplified her experience. It was a moment that tested both her privacy and emotional strength. Separation, media storm, and emotional recovery. The aftermath of Jennifer Aniston's separation unfolded under intense public attention. The media narrative surrounding her divorce became widespread, often framed through speculation and comparison rather than personal truth. This created an environment where grief and healing were not private processes but public spectacles. She faced constant commentary about her life choices, relationships, and future, much of which reduced complex emotions into simplified headlines. Despite this, she continued working, appearing in films that allowed her to explore deeper emotional roles. Off-screen, recovery became a personal process of rebuilding stability and redefining identity outside of marriage. Close friendships, therapy, and structured routines played an important role in helping her regain balance. Over time, she began to separate her sense of self from external narratives. The experience did not erase pain, but it reshaped her understanding of resilience. She emerged from the period with a clearer sense of boundaries and a stronger awareness of how to protect her inner life from public interpretation. Reinvention through work and creative control. Following the end of Friends, Jennifer Aniston transitioned into a new phase of her career that emphasized versatility and creative independence. She took on roles that allowed her to move beyond the image of Rachel Green, exploring characters with emotional depth and complexity. Films such as The Good Girl, Marley Me, and Cake demonstrated her ability to portray vulnerability and strength in equal measure. Each role reflected a willingness to take risks and challenge public expectations. Over time, she also expanded into production, gaining more control over the stories she helped bring to screen. This shift marked an important evolution, allowing her to shape her career on her own terms rather than being defined by earlier success. The return to television with the morning show further reinforced this transformation, positioning her not only as an actress but as a creative leader. Through this phase, she redefined longevity in Hollywood as adaptability rather than repetition, personal truths, and speaking without apology. In later years, Jennifer Aniston began speaking more openly about subjects that had long been the focus of public speculation, including motherhood and fertility. Rather than conforming to external expectations, she addressed these topics on her own terms, emphasizing autonomy and personal choice. Her reflections revealed the emotional weight of years spent under assumptions about her private life. She clarified that fulfillment does not follow a single narrative, and that personal worth is not determined by relationship status or parenthood. This perspective resonated widely, particularly among those who had experienced similar external pressures. By speaking honestly, she reclaimed authority over her own story, shifting the conversation from speculation to self-definition. Her openness was not framed as a defense, but as a boundary, an assertion that her life belonged to her, not to public interpretation. This marked an important moment in her journey toward emotional clarity and independence. Later relationships and emotional complexity. In her later romantic life, Jennifer Aniston experienced relationships that reflected both connection and complexity, including her time with John Mayer. These relationships unfolded under continued public attention, which often intensified emotional dynamics. While moments of closeness and affection existed, they were also shaped by differing personal rhythms and external pressure. Over time, these relationships ended, contributing further to her understanding of love, boundaries, and self-protection. Rather than viewing these experiences as failures, she appeared to integrate them into a broader understanding of emotional growth. Each relationship added to her awareness of what she needed in order to feel grounded and respected. In parallel, she maintained a strong support system of friends and continued focusing on work that gave her purpose. Her emotional life, while not without difficulty, became increasingly defined by clarity and self-awareness rather than external validation. The quiet strength of becoming fully herself. In the years beyond the height of constant scrutiny and defining headlines, Jennifer Aniston's life has gradually taken on a different rhythm, less about reacting to public narratives and more about inhabiting her own choices with steadiness. The intensity that once surrounded every aspect of her existence has not disappeared entirely, but it no longer dictates the shape of her days. What remains is a quieter, more deliberate version of success, one that is measured less by external validation and more by internal balance. She continues to work in projects that challenge her creatively, yet she also protects time and space that belong entirely to her, away from performance and expectation. This stage of her life reflects a kind of maturity that cannot be rushed or manufactured. It is built from decades of navigating visibility, loss, reinvention, and emotional complexity. Rather than being defined by what was once projected onto her, she has gradually recentered her identity around what she chooses to prioritize now. Friendships, health, creative control, and emotional clarity have become steady anchors. Even the idea of happiness, once distorted by public assumptions, feels more private and self-defined. What makes this phase significant is not that her struggles disappear, but that they no longer overshadow her sense of self. She carries her history without being confined by it, allowing past experiences to inform rather than imprison her. In this balance between memory and presence, she represents a version of strength that is not loud or performative, but grounded and enduring. It is the strength of someone who has been widely seen, often misunderstood, and still chosen to remain fully herself without compromise. A life defined by endurance and self-ownership. Jennifer Aniston's journey is ultimately not defined by a single role, relationship, or public moment, but by her ability to endure visibility while preserving identity. Across decades of fame, she has navigated shifting narratives, personal challenges, and constant scrutiny without losing her professional relevance or sense of self. Her story reflects the complexity of living a public life in an industry that often confuses image with truth. Yet beneath the attention, she has consistently built a life anchored in resilience, creativity, and personal boundaries. She has learned to separate what is seen from what is known only to her, maintaining a private core that remains untouched by external interpretation. In doing so, she offers a quieter form of legacy, one not based solely on fame, but on persistence, self-definition, and emotional survival. Her life stands as an example of how endurance, when paired with awareness, can transform visibility into strength rather than vulnerability.